गिरिवरधारी
Thank you.
Hare
Vallabha
Giridharadhari
यशोदनन्दना व्रजजन रञ्जन
Yashodanandana Vrajana Ranjana
यमुनातीरावनचारी
Yamunatira
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
Jaya Radha Kunja
I mean, sorry, I made a mistake. I think.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Radha Shyama Sundar Radha
Radha
Gopinath
Radhe. But I miss saying.
There are two Gopinaths today. No, Sanjita Mata is from Melbourne. They are different.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, yours is Radha Gopinath. Yeah, you can sing anything. Yours is Radha Vallabha, right? So yeah, there are many, many Radha. Then the Radha Gokulananda. All are here. Radha Shyam Sundar.
On the weekend, I went to see the darshanam of Radha Gopinath on the
Oh,
weekend.
Sydney.
Yeah, I went to Sydney temple.
Very nice. Nice, very good. So, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. So, we are one
Jaya
temple block because of
Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhu.
Prabhupada.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll start today our journey to 5 aspects of Bhagavad Gita. So we learned about the Ishvara. We will now start with the atomic soul, the Jiva. Okay. So there are so what is my plan? I'll just let you know. So there are six lessons here in 4th chapter. You can see. So two will take, so 3 days, and then we'll go to 3 modes of material nature, 9th chapter, which is having just 4 lessons. So we'll finish into another. So there will be this final this Kahoot quiz will be on 11th of November. If we go like this, so 6 more lessons to go, and then on 11th of November there will be the final Kahoot quiz for the adults, and for the kids I have kept on 5th of November. So I hope Krishna will support us, and Prabhupada also. Sorry. So is that all right for everyone? I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why. So although today is holiday, but still I thought let us do it, because otherwise we can't finish. So whoever has come. So thank you so much for coming in the long weekend also. Okay, let's start.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakyurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Pasyatya Devatarine. So Swagatam to our course on Introduction to Bhagavad Gita in our scheme Learn Gita and Live Gita. All of you have got this lesson plan, right? We will start today this fourth lesson plan, and this lesson is description of the atomic soul. You can see that this is description of the atomic soul. So we have actually covered until now 3 lessons. And the first lesson we motivated why should we read Bhagavad Gita, and and then we covered out of 5 topics, the first topic, Ishvara, God. So we explained how Krishna is the absolute truth. Lord Krishna, the speaker of Bhagavad Gita himself, is the absolute truth. And what is meaning of the absolute truth? The concept of infinity. That's what we talked about. And the most important conclusion that we got from there is that Krishna is that absolutely infinite that from whom even if infinite units are taken away, still he remains the same original infinite. Can you remember the verse that you quoted for this? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avasishyate. This is the invocation mantra of Ishopanishad.
So I recommend everyone to memorize this mantra. This is very beautiful mantra. So it means that Krishna remains Purna, Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat Purnam Udachyate. So whatever you remove from the Purna, he still remains Purna. Like a mother, when she gives birth to a child, she just gets almost very much weakened. But from Krishna, Ananta universe are coming, endless universes are coming, but still he remains same, Purna. So whatever you remove from him, he still remains Purna. And if you add anything to him, then also is Purna. So Purnam Udachyate, Purnat Purnamadaya, Purnasya Madaya, Purnam Eva Vashishyate. So whatever remains is also Purna. So this is Ishopanishad first shloka, and you must memorize this, and it will make you very calm, composed. This mantra as such is very it's like it works like a medicine. Okay, so all of you
And
should
then
memorize.
We talked about the third lesson plan was that Krishna, not only the absolute truth, but absolute truth is a person. So that's what we discussed. We talked about also what is conscious space, what is material space. So today, let us start with the second topic of Bhagavad Gita, that is Jiva, the atomic soul. So what we will do is that, because, this lesson plan has been made with great care, we have put a lot of effort. So I would like that all of you to study this, because this is an online course. You don't come to my class here and get, taught. So you are very far away from us, and that's why we are taking every effort that, you directly hear as much as possible. And so I will discuss on this description of the atomic soul, the way Krishna has presented in Bhagavad Gita, mostly in 2nd chapter, some portion of also is there in 13th chapter. So here, let's read paragraph wise, and I will, help you how to really, digest every point, pertinent point that we make, right? So introduction, in the previous chapter, we studied in detail how Lord Krishna is the Supreme Person, right? His personality transcends our experience of space and time. His divine personality is technically called Satchidananda, and being non-dual, his name, form, quality, abode, and past tense are absolute and hence transcendental. We discuss in brief the nature of conscious space and material space, as well as how both spaces have their origin in Krishna. So this is very important because Krishna belongs to conscious space. In fact, both conscious space and material space are within Krishna. He manifests both space to accommodate two categories of children. We are his children, Jiva. One category of children are very obedient, they follow him. They accept him as the absolute truth, they accept him as his master, as their master, and they are always in the conscious space. And this is what in our literature known as this conscious space in terms of innumerable Vaikuntha planets, and the capital of this Vaikuntha planets is Goloka Vrindavan. So now those jivas who never wanted to surrender to Krishna, they wanted to enjoy separate from Krishna, that separatist mentality forced Krishna to exhibit another space or to manifest another space that is called material space. And within material space, we have innumerable physical universes or material universes, and we are in one of those material universes. So in this chapter, we will discuss in detail on the qualities of an individual spirit soul or jiva and how it can transcend from the material space into the conscious space. Because this material space is temporary. This is always changing. I have this body, now this body is 53-year-old. And after some time, you may not see this body. It doesn't mean that I, Lila Purushottam Das, would cease to exist. No, I will always exist. So this cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease that I am suffering from as a jiva is a symptom of this material world. This is not a permanent place for us. My permanent place is the conscious space or one of the innumerable Vaikuntha planets. Okay. So let us start with a simple example, allegory. This is normally given to illustrate what is meaning of me and my body. You see that once Gopal went for bathing in ocean. We have Jagannath Puri. Normally in Jagannath Puri, the ocean is known as Mahodadhi, and everybody is fascinated to take bath there. Unfortunately, Gopal was drowned while bathing. So nearby fishermen came to rescue. They searched and they could only find the shirt of Gopal. And what is that? The instruction from this allegory. The allegory is that every time we are trying to save our dress, we are wearing varieties of dresses. Dress of a male, dress of a female, dress of an Indian, dress of an American, dress of an engineer, dress of a doctor, dress of, atheist or dress of theist. So like that, we are wearing varieties of dresses and we want to protect these dresses. But when death comes, we have to lose all these dresses at once. They are of no meaning. So All of us will certainly agree that the effort of fishermen is in vain in case of Gopal. This simple allegory is there to illustrate that the mere saving of the body will not save the soul. In the present day world, everybody is concerned about the body, which is like search for the soul, with no concern about the soul at all. We all know that there is a difference between living body and dead body. A body is living because consciousness pervades the entire body. Lord Krishna teaches us that the soul, a very tiny fragmental portion of him, is the basis of this consciousness. A learned person must learn how to ascertain the difference between dead body and living body. Technically, knowledge starts when one introspects the difference between the spirit soul and the matter. So this is very important, that when I do not know myself, how can I explain myself to others, or how can I present myself to others? And is it not irony that we present our dresses to others, but never I as I am? I'm eternal, I'm Sat, I'm Chit, I'm Ananda. That means I'm eternally full of bliss, knowledge, and existence. I eternally exist. So this idea of Sachidananda Swarupa of mine is not known to me. Even if I speak to you and we converse, unless we practice, I will not be able to understand that I am Sachidananda, I am Sachidananda. So Bhagavad Gita is telling us that I am Sachidananda, I am eternal. But before I even understand I'm eternally existing, the most important point I have to recognize that the consciousness, the pure consciousness that I am, its reflection is there in this body. The body is conscious. What is the meaning of that? That means in this body, I feel hunger, I feel thirst, I have experience, right? Somebody hits me, it pains me. I'm hurt when you scold me. So, but in eternal realm, soul cannot be hurt, soul cannot be burnt. But this body can be burnt and I can feel the pain. So the consciousness that I am experiencing in this body is a reflection, because this consciousness that I am experiencing is temporary. The consciousness that I am is permanent. Because I am there in this body, and hence this body appears to be conscious, but body is eternally perishable. Nobody can save this body, including Brahma, the original being within this universe, who was born from the navel of Garbhoda Gosai Vishnu. So let us read the next paragraph. As Lord Krishna affirms in Bhagavad Gita 2.17, that it is the body and the basic principle by which a living body differs from the dead body, right? Avinasi tu tad vidhi yena sarvam idam tatam vinasam abhayasyasya na kaschit kartum arhati. Translation: that which pervades the entire body is known to be indestructible. No one is able to destroy that imperishable soul. So it is that which pervades the entire body. Which body? Obviously not this material body, because material body is perishable. And the consciousness that I am able to perceive is also perishable. But the source of this temporary consciousness that pervades and the avasa, the shadow of that consciousness I am able to experience. And when I'm dead, you cannot experience it, because the moment I leave this body, even in this body, everything is all right. The heart is all right, the brain is all right, everything is all right. But this body, that temporary consciousness, you cannot experience. I gave you a background of soul and the dress. The body is the dress, not only the gross body. We have different idea of this body, right? So I gave you a little background, and we will learn in detail about the soul as Krishna would describe in this particular chapter. And this chapter is second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And please be ready. And I always want that each one of you to read these lessons. They are very well planned. There are many questions at the end of the chapter. Please answer them. As I am talking to you, you have many queries within you. Please ask. We have this site, YouTube site, Learn Gita and Live Gita. You can also put your question there. And we have a Facebook page, and there also you can put your question, and I'll be very happy to answer. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Okay, any questions till now? Okay. Can anyone tell me what is the nature of the soul he described? Because this is a new topic, we can just discuss the first few videos. So that will be very good if we can discuss. Yes, Abhishek Prabhu.
So,
Chitanand.
yeah, that's right.
Sorry.
And
Sorry, I spoke. Sorry.
the analogy he gave for the body was?
So the analogy he gave for the body was like a dress.
The dress, the shirt, right?
Yeah.
So the drowning man cannot be saved by saving his shirt. And
Yes.
the nature of the soul is consciousness and Sachidananda. So consciousness, and the symptom of the soul is given in Bhagavad Gita 2.17, Avinashi, to tadvidhi yena sarvamidam, when that pervades the entire body. Okay, so it's just if you know, I taught to the children that the size of the soul, anyone can tell me? Parents can tell me, maybe. Abhishek, Sanjita, Mataji, Suhani.
I
I
think
think
no, you're right, Mataji. Please go ahead.
it's 100th point of the tip of your hair, I think.
No, I think it's 10,000. 10,000 part 10,000 10,000 part
Yes.
of the tip of the hair, I
Yes,
think.
yes. The children are advanced than us. They learned this before us. Yeah, so if you divide the tip point of your hair to 100, and then this 100th part, this one of the 100th part, you can like one part of this total 100 parts, if you divide that each part into still 100, right? So total dividing one part into 10,000 parts. So that is the size of the soul. Although it is such a small spark, still it pervades the entire body, and it is the symptom is consciousness. We have willingness, feeling, like love, hatred, desire. These are all coming from our soul. So the symptom of the soul is consciousness, right? Sachidanand, that is the nature of the soul, and the symptom of the soul is this one. Yes, so let's see the second video. This is so amazing that Krishna has given us. This is so amazing. So I don't know why it's not. Okay, which chapter is this? Same. Okay, no, same. Wait a moment.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakyurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Vedanta Swami Tina. Hare Krishna. Welcome, my dear friends. We are discussing on the lesson Description of Atomic Soul. This is from lesson 4. Okay. We had already one video where we gave an introduction to the spirit soul. Normally, when I ask you who you are, you would say, oh, I'm a boy or I'm a girl. Sometimes you would say, I'm an engineer, or I'm a doctor, I'm an Indian, or I'm an American. Right? You may say, I'm a black, I'm a white. Varieties of answers would come from you when I ask who you are. But that's not me. Whatever I'm saying, that I'm a boy, I'm a girl, I'm old, I'm young, I'm American, I'm an Indian, I'm white, I'm black. All these are bodily designations. They are not me. So what is that spirit soul? So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna declares that Krishna and the spirit soul are co-eternal. So what is meaning of that? The absolute truth is always existing. It is always eternal. It is never born, or it will never die. It is always existing independently. That is the absolute truth. But the spirit soul is part and parcel of Krishna. Okay? So being part and parcel of Krishna, we are also eternal, co-eternal with Krishna, but we are dependent on Krishna. We cannot exist independently. Our existence depends on Krishna. Okay? So that is, as long as we connect ourselves to Krishna, we recover our eternal quality. Okay? We realize our eternal quality as soon as we start connected, or we get connected to Krishna. So now let us see how Krishna actually started this description in Bhagavad Gita. After Arjuna surrendered to Krishna, Arjuna was confused. He was in bodily designation temporarily, and he thought that he is going to kill his grandfather, great-grandfather, grandsire Bhishmadev. He is going to kill his very respected teacher Dronacharya, and so forth. Now let us see. In the battlefield of Mahabharata, Arjuna became crestfallen after realizing that he has to fight against Bhishma, Drona, and likes who are dear to him more than his own life. He could not decide whether he should fight or not. As he surrendered to Krishna, seeking his instructions, the Lord said, so Arjuna was confused. He surrendered to Krishna. So this is the only good quality that a jiva can have. When we are in difficulty, immediately we should surrender to Krishna. Right? Actually, our whole process should be that of surrender to Krishna. but we are conditioned. So at least in the beginning, whenever we are in trouble, let us start surrendering to Krishna. Let us hear what Krishna has to say about my difficult situation. So Lord is giving instruction to Arjuna. He's saying, Natu eva ham jatu nasam, na tvam neme janadhipaha, na chaiva na bhavishyamaha, sarve vayam ataha param. So this is 2.12, 12th verse of the second chapter, where Krishna is saying that you, Arjuna, all these kings, everybody present here, and we are always existing. Right? So the meaning of this verse is, never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. It's a very important concept Krishna is giving, that we are always existing, we will never cease to exist. That means we have not had the experience of what it means to be eternal. Because within our purview, everything is ephemeral, temporary, right? But Krishna is declaring, I, the soul, the embodied soul. Embodied soul means soul which is wearing a material dress. Okay? The soul is eternal. The dress is temporary. By this particular instruction, Krishna is clearly saying that all of us are eternal, have always existed, will always continue to exist. Though we die at some point of time, it is our body which perishes, not the soul. In fact, both birth and death are only illusion as they pertain to different material bodies. There are 8.4 million material bodies in which a soul is forced to dwell based on his past karma. We should thus recognize that we have already taken birth among plants, aquatics, insects, reptiles, birds, animals, and human beings many times. So if I ask you where you were there previously, you were there in a different body. It can be animal body, can be plant body, can be human body. Sometimes you have become king, sometimes you have become sweeper. Sometimes I was an animal, and sometimes I may be in the body of a reptile, like lizard, snake. And I have gone through all those bodies, but I don't remember. Why? Because by Krishna's mercy, He takes away our previous memory such that I can feel comfortable in the present dress. Imagine if I am in this human dress and I have to remember my pig life, previous pig life. So that will be too much for me to tolerate. Pig eats excreta and I'm in a human body. So the idea is that Krishna takes away my memory of previous bodies. That is why I don't remember. Okay? When I got this particular information from my teacher, immediately I could feel that I'm always existing. Here I am plant, here I am a lizard, here I am a snake, here I am an animal, here I am human being. And many times I have gone through all these 8.4 million species, my dear friend. So, soul is part and parcel of Krishna. Okay, Krishna is saying that in Bhagavad Gita, in 15th chapter, Mamaivangsha jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana manasasthani indriyani prakriti sthani karsati. This is in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 7th verse. The meaning is, the living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental part. Due to conditioned life, they're struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. The soul and Krishna are co-eternal because Jiva is part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna is the father of each and every living being, from tiny insect to a large elephant. He alone is maintaining each and every living being. Krishna's form is Satchit Ananda, so also is Jiva's form. But while Krishna's form is infinite and inconceivable, Jiva's form is minuscule. As Jiva is part and parcel of Krishna, many divine qualities of Krishna are there in Jiva, but in a minute quantity. Therefore, Krishna is the master and we are all his servant. So, you say, what we discussed just now, Mamai Bangsa Jiva Loke. So, in this material world, Jiva means I, the atomic soul, who is part and parcel of Mama. Mama means Krishna is referring to himself. So, we are Krishna's part and parcel. Okay, but we are very tiny. Doesn't mean that I am one with Krishna. In quality, I am one with Krishna. But in quantity, Krishna is infinite and I am infinitesimal. That has to be understood very clearly. Right? So, Krishna, there is a verse in Satasatara Upanishad which says, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadhati Kama. So we are part and parcel of Krishna, but alone Krishna, who became many, he was alone, Eko. Bahunam. We are his part and parcel. So he is simultaneously many, but how? No. Yo Vidadhati Kama. He alone satisfies all our needs. An elephant eats every day 2 quintals of food. He provides. An ant probably eats 2-3, sugar grains. That also Krishna provides. Air to breathe, water to drink, everything that is necessary for our sustenance, it is Krishna alone provides. And he is our original seed-giving father. He is the original father. So how many fathers you have? You have taken trillions of life. That means trillions of fathers you have, but they are only temporary. They are not real. Krishna is our real father. So we are servant. He is the master. So we are soul, not the body. We are divine, not ephemeral. This important knowledge is not being taught in present-day education system. Hence, our way of life has become antithesis to our actual nature, so much so that people are made to behave as robots. This has serious ramification in our ecology as well. Lesser mortals such as plants, aquatics, hills and rivers are being destroyed. When I was teaching Introduction to Bhagavad Gita in I am Indore, once I visited an organic farm. The Mr. Dike, who was running that organic farm, he welcomed me there and showed me a huge piece of soil. It was very big and asked me, what is its weight? And I said, the weight looks like 5 to 10 kilo. And then he handed over that piece of soil to my hand. I thought that may be very heavy, so I tightened my muscles. But as soon as he put that soil on my hand, I could feel it is hardly 200, 300 grams. It's so light. So I asked, what is this? He said, the piece of soil that you are carrying, it has 10 to the power 14 to 10 to the power 16 microbes in it. And they have made the soil so light. So if you grow anything in this soil, the plants will grow very fast. You don't require artificial fertilizer. So that means even the small bacteria, microbes, that inhabit in our soil, they are also our friend. They have the right to live just like we have the right to live. And then I saw nearby the farmers are sprinkling in his, in some plants there. I said, what is this? So he took us there, and then we saw that they are arar plant, tur dal, arar plant. and they are sprinkling jaggery water. Why they are sprinkling jaggery water? Because bees will be attracted, pollination will increase, hence yield will increase. So you see that 8.4 million species are designed for nothing. They're designed for a purpose, where I am able to show you the bees, the earthworms, the microbes. They are all intimately connected in an ecosystem where without them, our existence will be impossible. But spiritually, that which animates a microbe body, that which animates a lizard's body, that which animates a bee's body, that which animates a plant body is same. That is the tiny spiritual spark, part and parcel of Krishna, and that is what we are. In Vedic culture, all 8.4 million species from plants, aquatics to human beings are all called Praja. Since every day, everybody is a part of Krishna, there is no difference between plants, aquatics, birds, and human beings. All living forms are interconnected. Unless we understand this, we cannot make our world peaceful. So, this is a proposal in our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada used to give. Let us treat everyone as Praja. And that is the secret to peace. We are killing every day millions of animals, and their reactions will not make us live happily. I'll tell a story related to this in the next video. I'll start with the story. What is 8.4 million species? They're all praja. They're all citizens. No one is less, no one is more. Everybody has an equal right to live in this kingdom of God. This is God's kingdom. This is not my kingdom. This is not your kingdom. This is not British kingdom. This is not Indian kingdom. This is all God's kingdom. Hare Krishna. Please go through the questions that are there in this lesson. Answer them. If you have any doubt, please ask us questions in our YouTube channel, okay, as well as our Facebook page.
Hare Krishna. So any questions for this one? Anything you didn't understand? Okay, then let's discuss. Okay, there are two questions or something. Sorry, Mataji, I'm driving. Okay. Battery very low. Might die out. Okay. Okay, already died out maybe. Okay, so he gave two shlokas, right, from Bhagavad Gita second chapter. One is one is like from second chapter, one from 15th chapter. So second chapter he gave like avinashi tu tadviddhi yena sarvam. That was in the first lesson. In the second lesson he gave natve vaham jatu nasham, right? So what was the meaning of that? Can anyone tell me this? If you remember, if you noted down. So he said, Natve vaham jatu nasham, natvam neme janadipa, na chaivana bhavishyama, sarve vayamata param. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna that none of us like are the same, are the united one soul. We are all individual souls. Okay, so there was never a time when I was not existing, when you were not existing, or when all these kinsmen were not existing. And there will never be a time when we all will cease, will cease to exist, right? So we are all eternal. That means we, as a soul, we are all eternal, but at the same time, we are individuals. So if you know, some people are monists. If you have heard that word, monist, they say that when your soul, you leave this world, what is liberation? Like merging into Krishna. So if you have seen Krishna movie, in that when Kansa was killed, so Kansa went to Krishna's head inside, and people call it like merging into Krishna. So that's not actually merging. That is what that is going into Brahma Jyoti. So Brahma Jyoti is special, like it is a effulgence of Krishna. So the people who are non-devotees, or in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, most of the soldiers were killed, and they all merged into Krishna. Like it is called they went to Brahma Jyoti. So if you see the serials or the movies, they saw it, they are merging into Krishna, but it is like that. So this is the theory of monism, or some Mayavadis also say like this, right? So but here Krishna is just demystifying this theory, that he's saying that he's clarifying it, that clearly we are all individuals, we are not equal to Krishna. So in that regards, Prabhu gave one verse, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. So he is Nitya, he is eternal, but we are we are eternal, but Krishna is supremely eternal. Okay, Chetanas Chetananam means we are having consciousness, but Krishna is supremely conscious. So there is a difference. We cannot compare ourselves to Krishna. So nowadays, why I'm saying this, because nowadays most of the people 90% of India, in India, people are Mayavadis or Monis. They believe in impersonalism. They believe in merging into Krishna. So that is not possible. Through Bhagavad Gita, this verse, Krishna says this, Natvevaham Jatanasham, 2.17. If you want to go through the purport of it, you can check in Bhagavad Gita. Then he gave the reference of 15 point Mamevansho, 15.7, I suppose, that you all are going through 15th chapter, Mamevansho Jivaloke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, right? So Krishna is saying all are my part and parcels. So we are part and parcels of Krishna, but at the same time we are individuals, and we cannot compare ourselves to Krishna. Just like our hands and legs cannot become ourselves. So same way, we are also separate living entities. We are similar in quality, but we are different in quantity. So Krishna knows what is going inside me. In 13th chapter, Krishna says, I know what is going inside you. Kshitra Kshitragna Yoga. That is field of activity, and Kshitragna, the knower and the knowledge. That is the name of the chapter. Knower, the knowledge, and the field of activity. So who is the knower? One is the soul, and one is the super soul. These two are knowers. The soul knows only myself, or maybe I can say even not myself fully, right? But the super soul, he knows me, he knows you, he knows everyone. He knows all 8.44 million species, whatever jivas are there in this universe, in the spiritual world. He knows everyone, right? So that's why he's super soul. So that's why he's different in quantity. Although quality wise we are similar. Just like once Rubina Mataji gave this example, that fire, the spark of the fire, he has similar quality of fire, but it is very little, and the fire is very big. So we can take this example of such kind of examples, and we can understand this philosophy. So basically, Prabhu today he gave us this point to understand. And then we also learned about other jivas, 8.4 million species, how they are, is called ecologically just supporting each and every one being is helping other being, right? So how the beings in the nature, they are helping us and each other. So so these little jivas, like if you have seen the ants, the bees, right, in the garden, they are so important. Nowadays it is said that the bees are vanishing from this world. So if there is no pollination, then people have to come towards eating meat. practically, or what will they will eat, even for the animals also, they will need to eat some grains, right? They sustain on grains. Annad bhuvati bhutani parjanyadanna sambhava. In the Bhagavad Gita chapter 3, Krishna says that the living entities are sustaining on the food grains, right? If the food grains, you don't get the food grains to eat, then it will be a big calamity. So people are killing the honeybees to extract the honey, right? So these are all, and the ants, they are so important. They are helping us to get the grains and anaj, and our sustainability is depending on these jivas. So he basically said that all of, like, how other living beings are helping us, jiva jivasya jivanam. Right. So, and secret of peace is everyone to treat as praja, right? Praja. So this is the secret of peace. And the ultimate peace formula is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's what we learned in Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Surudam Sarvabhutanam Natvam Shanti Vrichyati. 5.29 Krishna says this last sloka of chapter 5, that whoever understands that I am the supreme benefactor of all the living entities, and I am the supreme beneficiary also. So whatever the fruits you are getting is because of me, and the reason is me, and the bhokta and the enjoyer is also me. Okay, so we are not karan, and we are not the enjoyer also. So we are just the puppets, in short. So this is the role of the atomic soul, we jivas. So this is what I learned from this. Anyone wants to share any of knowledge? Chapter 13, the nature, enjoyer, and consciousness. Yes, but if you go inside that chapter, it is saying about the field of activity, the knower, and the knowledge. So yes, thank you, Mataji, for the title. But that is just literally literal meaning. Actually, it is saying about all these things. So is what we understand. Yes. Anyone question? Any questions? Any discussion? Any point you want to? If you understand, if you want to share your realization. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.